Welcome CDL fans to the final game day of June. The June 29th game day, as we can see right here in CDL studio. First matchup of the day is set and we are about to be underway. Getting things set up and we'll be right back. Montreal Saints starting us off on the road against the New York Empire. Welcome CDL fans down to the field here, or well, should I say field side here for you on our June 29th game day. Time to bring the month of June to an end here in the Car Demolition League, and of course all divisional matchups here today. And we start in the Northeast. We've got the Montreal Saints on the road to do battle with the New York Empire. Empire first place in the league. Memory recalls right, 9 wins, 2 losses. 1 loss in overtime. Montreal Saints, if I remember correctly, 3 wins, 5 losses, 2 ties, and 2 overtime losses, bringing up the rear in the Northeast Division. So really starting to get into must-win territory for these Montreal Saints. Let's get a look at the lineups. Black Bullet 1 leads the way for the Montreal Saints, followed by 46 Junior. At the captain spot, it's going to be Padawan, and that 5-point gainer. It's 24 hours. To the home side of the field, we got 15 Turbo leading the way for the New York Empire, followed by Black Bullet 2. At the captain spot, it's going to be Rising Heat, and that 5-point gainer is Challenge. So both teams at the set, at the ready, and game day is underway. Black Bullet 1 and 15 Turbo starting us off, and a good flip right there. Black Bullet 1 down, and the score is 5-0. New York Empire in the lead and looking to extend that lead. 46 Junior comes out, ties it right up for the Montreal Saints. Game all even at 5s. That now brings out Black Bullet 2. I'd like to welcome any new members watching. Hopefully you will enjoy this display of Toy Car Demolition Derby. Manually driven, as you see here. I mean, that's how you really get the best collisions. I mean, sure, you could let gravity do the work, but these cars are 30 to 60 grams. There's only so much gravity can really do. Sometimes it's nice to give gravity an assist. But anyways, 5-5 the score. As this match continues here, and staying up there was Black Bullet 2. Great little breakdance maneuver, and out of play he goes. So both cars will be set back to their own side after the out of play. Still a 5-5 game as we continue. Matchup on between these two sides. Whoa, great shot there. And really a bad roll on the official's part. I'm not perfect, right? So both 46 Junior and Black Bullet 2 kind of missing on that one. Black Bullet 2 went on a play in the process. We still got a tie game, all even at 5. And that time off of a little gray shot, Black Bullet 2 is down, and no interference seen on 46 Junior's part. So, game continues now. 10-5 the score. He came close to getting an interference there. Rising Heat now out there trying to tie things up for the Empire. Almost did. Saints in the lead. Still at it yet again. Rising Heat, the lighter car. And he's a good defensive car, but the thing is, you're going up against a guy that's got some weight, but he's down there. 46 Junior. He's a smash mouth heavyweight type of car. Weighs around 63 grams, 63, 64 grams. And that's what can make him challenging for a lightweight defensive car that bounces around a lot. So, you know, the heavy cars can get him off balance. But needless to say, we got a 10-10 game here. That brings out Padawan for the Saints. Both cars staying up there. That time we got an interference, but both cars still up anyways. Oh, take your lip. How's that for a haircut? Welcome to the army there, Padawan. My goodness, just took the whole top off. Unbelievable. Now, he's still up, as a matter of fact, because his wheels are still in the upright position, but Montreal is going to have to take their one and only time out of the game, or else they won't be able to continue with that one. So out comes the Gorilla Tape, the only tape worthy of taping up a CDL car. At least that we know of so far. sponsorship bonus points. Well, you ain't even paying us. What the hell? So, Padawan, gonna undergo these repairs here, and we will be back underway with the game tied at 10. So, timeout conducted, 10-10. No more timeouts for Montreal in this game. And the interference there, Rising Heat staying up. And again, Rising Heat touching up with the teammate. And no interference that time, but both cars able to stay alive. Getting some flyer miles in there, and out of play goes Rising Heat. Over the edge of field went Padawan, but we already got the out of play there. So now if they go into this mesh, I don't know if you can see it at the end, that isn't out of play if they get off into that mesh. So the play continues, and again, another interference call. Part of the challenge and part of the game, trying to, hit the interferences when you need them from the defensive aspect and not hit them when you don't need them. And that time was very close. See, almost an interference there as they're playing from opposite sides of the field. Now they'll reset back to their own sides, and Rising Heat out of play. He needed a little break there as Renji the collision kitten. Whoa! That time we got no contact and we got to roll out of play. He went under the mesh somehow. Actually, there is a little weak spot in our mesh there at the end of the field. So out of play he went, and plus there was no contact. Still a 10-10 game. Match continuing. Another out of play there. No out of play there. A good defensive maneuver. And yet again, Rising Heat on point. Padawan with the offensive advantage, and now both cars are down, and in our first game of this June 29th game day, the Saints and the Empire are going into overtime, tied at 15, and yes, folks, that does mean $5 more to be donated to both St. Jude's and the Animal Cancer Foundation. And Renji is one healthy little kitten, man. I'm so glad to have this little cat here with me. Our little new league mascot is, of course, tragically we lost Miku the Crash Cat to cancer last December. So definitely the Animal Cancer Foundation doing those donations, definitely in Miku's memory. But needless to say, we got an overtime game on tap. These two teams went to overtime before, about a month ago on the May 24th game day. Montreal came out on top. Can they do it again? 24 hours is out there for them to take on challenge for the, from the Empire side. That match was on a hard field. Does it make a difference here? On soft field. 24 hours and challenge. Battling it out. Both cars will stay up so far, and this time 24 hours is down, and the reversal of fortunes complete for the Empire. They get the win, and they will hang on to first place in the Eastern Conference, in the league for that matter, 20-15. It is the final. And the New York Empire, they'll go up to 31 points on the season. In case you're wondering how the point system works, you get 3 points for a win, no points for a loss in regulation. You get 2 points for a tie and 1 point for an overtime loss. And that's how the standings are done, as Renji looks on with curiosity as a cat would have. 20-15 the final. Empire getting the win over the Montreal Saints in overtime. You just hear him in the background, you gotta love it. Coming up next, folks, we keep it in the Eastern Conference, but we now go from the Northeast to the Atlantic Division. The Washington Patriots on the road to take on the Miami Brawlers. That matchup's coming up next. Stay tuned. Welcome back, CDL fans. Second game on tap for our June 29th game day. We've got the Washington Patriots. 4 wins, 7 losses, no ties, 1 overtime loss, 13 points on the standings, and just 2 games back from that 6th and final playoff seed in the Eastern Conference. So a huge game for them. They don't want to fall any further than 2 games back, since now there's only 8 game days left to go, and after this 7, right? So time running out. Wins a very important matter to the Patriots, but the team currently holding down a playoff spot is Shane Geiser's Miami Brawlers. 7 wins, 5 losses, no ties or OT losses. With 21 points, they are currently 5th place in the Eastern Conference. So, of course, the top 6 make it to the playoffs. So basically half of the teams in each conference. We got 24 teams, 12 per conference, 6 per conference make it to the playoffs, basically. So Miami doing their thing right now and trying to close the gap between them and the division leaders of the Atlantic, the Philadelphia Demons, which is another one of Shane Geiser's teams. He's really having a comeback season, you know, blasting through high school as he is, and he's getting it done on the CDL field in 2021. So, scholar and athlete doing his thing, basically put. So damn proud of my nephew, no doubt about it. His team at home set to take on the league-operated Washington Patriots. Ratitude leads the way for the Washington Patriots. We got a card named Ratified, so it's that tongue-tied, right? So coming out second is going to be Orange Chevelle. No Fears at the captain spot, and Hyperfin, the rookie, is at the 5-point gainer position. Now to the home side. The Miami Brawlers, they defeated the Patriots 15-5 on the road this year. Now they're home looking for similar results. We got Gray Indy leading the way for the Brawlers today, followed by Buzz Off at the middleman spot. To the captain spot, it's going to be Spinebuster, and Green Demon has the 5-point gainer position for the Brawlers today. Shane Geiser, wouldn't he love to bounce back from Miami being last place in the league to maybe getting back to the Crash Bowl? He hasn't been there since 2012. So since he was a little kid, he became the youngest ever world champion. So it's something to see if he could get back there. As these two teams take off, as they start their game off, Ratitude is down. And make it 5-0. The Brawlers in the lead as that now brings out Orange Chevelle. And out of play goes Orange Chevelle. So when a car goes out of play, anything that happened on the field is voided. So basically the collision gets voided when a car exits the playing field, or the surface of play, if you will. So match continues after the out of play, still a 5-0 game, and out of play that time is Gray Indy. Did he hit the floor? I think he came pretty close. I don't know how he did this to himself. He got tangled up in the mesh after landing on top of it. I don't know how that one worked out. That was the weirdest thing. That's like getting under the blanket covers and all you did was jump on the bed. It's kind of like, how did you do that? It's like throwing, like, okay, yeah, I'm just gonna stop making analogies. it's like making an omelet, but you just threw the ingredients on top and somehow the omelet wrapped itself. That was really weird. But needless to say, out of play, and we still got a 5-0 game. Miami in the lead, and out of play goes Orange Chevelle, while I gotta give myself credit for making a goalie glove save here. Orange Chevelle was going flying, getting some air miles, and he goes out that time. So one of the pesky things that you can run into when you play a game of Toy Car Demolition Derby is the way the Car Demolition League plays it. Is pesky defensive cars that go out of play a lot, but there was no escaping that time. Orange Chevelle down, 10-0 the score, and I think Shane Geiser might be smelling the sweet smells of a bakery. No Fear out there trying to preserve Washington's chances and interference that time. So the interference is going to save him. He touched up with his opponents, able to stay in this game. Still 10-0 the score. Ooh, Gray Indy hanging on that time. And this time out of play goes Gray Indy. As now Gray Indy, the normally offense car, or offensively based car, is on defense and he's down that time. So we do apologize for anyone that was hoping for some donuts to be served for dinner there, because there will not be a shutout in this one. 10-5. I don't think that bothers Shane Geiser. He just wants Buzz Off to get it done here. Can he get it done? No Fear trying to keep Washington in this game. Needs to at least get Buzz Off taken down to keep Washington alive, and game is tied. Going for a possible, I ain't gonna say it, but you know some people have a certain type of day, a captain's day. For those of you that don't know, when a captain with a car in that third spot goes 4-0 on the day, that is called the captain's day. Now he's 2-0 on the day. Can he complete the captain's day? He's halfway there. Game tied at 10 as that brings out Spinebuster for the Brawlers. No captain's day for you. And no soup either, I guess. I don't know. We're sued. We're done. Yep. Sorry, Fox. We do apologize, Fox. We messed up here. They're still there in Seinfeld. Anyways, 15-10 is the score in favor of the home side. So Miami looking for the win now. Hyperfin trying to force overtime. Almost saw overtime there. Hyperfin almost had him. That would have been an upset. And this time, Spinebuster tucking out of play. Hyperfin back to his own side. Still 15-10. Brawlers trying to put this game away, and both cars down this. They got to get back up. The game cannot end on a tie between a 5-point gainer and a captain. Still 15-10. And now this time they go at it. Both cars staying up. And now Hyperfin is down. Defense supreme by Spinebuster for the Miami Brawlers. 15-10 gonna be the final in this one. They keep it in regulation and they get the win. So Shane Geyser, happy kid on that one, no doubt about it. So he gets the dub over the Washington Patriots today. 15-10 the final score there. And we'll see his Philadelphia Demons actually a little later today. They're hosting the Puerto Rico Players. That should be a fun matchup to watch, I certainly think. But coming up next, we head to the Western Conference, onto the Pacific Division. Second meetup of the season between the San Francisco Shinobis and the Los Angeles Blades. So, yeah, that Cali rivalry, San Fran and LA. Gotta love that kind of stuff. It's coming up next. Stay tuned. We are halfway, CDL fans, halfway through our first segment of the day. And if you're new to the CDL, new to watching this, the way I usually do it is pretty simple. We have 3 different segments, 4 games per segment, and usually they time out to be about 20 minutes long, so basically an hour gives you about 12 games, give or take. The next game on tap, we got the San Francisco Shinobis, Lila Geyser's other team. Of course, your Montreal Saints not having much success on the road today. She's hoping that the Shinobis can do something for her. It has not been that good of a season for the Shinobis. 3 wins, 7 losses, 1 tie, 1 overtime loss. They have 12 points on the standings, and really right now that's not too good. They are 3 games back of the playoffs right now. The Los Angeles Blades, they are in a tight race. 8 wins and 4 losses, no ties or OT losses. Alex Johnson's squad trying to make it back to the playoffs as they are seeking a record 5th crash bowl. Of course, they have more crash bowls than any other team in CDL history with 4, but going for number 5 because it's so fine, I guess. So yeah, but the Blades, they are 1 point back of the Phoenix Firebirds when it comes to leading the Pacific divisions. So Matt Geyser in his 20th season, making an impact right now, has his Firebirds fighting for a division title. So quite amazing stuff because the experts in the room, and there's not too many of them, were not really predicting Phoenix to do too well. But that being said, you never know what's going to happen game day by game day. Let's get a look at the lineups here. We got Blue 512 leading the way for the San Francisco Shinobis, followed by Zapper at the middleman spot. To the captain spot, it's Spectite Jr., and at 5-point gainer is the rookie Cliprod. I think Cliprod's really a card that San Fran wishes could have been a little bit better, or would be a little better, but hasn't shown up on the field too much. To the home side, though, team might have his chance against today, possibly. We got Pink Indy Jr. leading the way for the Los Angeles Blades. Following him out there is going to be Cove Light. At the captain spot for Alex Johnson's squad here is Greelina, and at 5-point gainer, Green Blaze Jr. All this team been together a while, quite some time. Get set for this matchup here. Blue 512, Pink Indy Jr. game underway. Now, they met earlier in the season, and the Shinobis lost 15-10, but they got the lead here. As we see a good flip there, Pink Indy Jr. is down. So, 5-0 the score. Shinobis in the leads. That brings out Cove Light. And Cove Light will even things up at 5 apiece. So, game even at 5. So that now brings out some offense for the Shinobis side. That's Zapper out there. Zapper and Cove Light both staying up. They'll go at it again, and this time Cove Light down. 10-5 the score in favor of the visiting side in favor of the Shinobis. Now they look to put this game away, get the upset. Greelina trying to tie it up for the Blades. And Greelina does tie it up for the Blades. So LA striking back again. Flips coming quicker than pancakes at a Waffle House on a Sunday afternoon, all leaving at 10 apiece. Greelina and Spectite Jr. about to go head-to-head here. Game not on the line quite yet. But both 5-point gainers activated. Greelina gets the flip Spectite Jr. down. The Blades now take the lead, and now Clip Rod, the weight of the world on your shoulders. 15-10, the Blades in the lead. Looking for a duplicate result from earlier in the season. Not on that May 24th game day. Clip Rod trying to force OT. Both cars able to stay up so far. There was hope that Clip Rod was pretty decent defensively. He's got that metal bottom and able to do a barrel roll to stay alive. And he went flying. And he was able to somehow stay in it. And, you know, no interference there to touch up. Greelina almost went over the mesh. That time he went out of play, though. So I think he needed that. Deep breath. Does a car need to take a deep breath? A toy car needs maybe does now. Clip Rod and Greelina going at it, and this time Clip Rod tucking out of plays. He's trying to force overtime here. 15-10, Greelina going for the win for the Blades, and he's got it. 15-10 the final, and the Los Angeles Blades improved to 9-4 on the season. And with the Phoenix loss, they'll be back on top of the Pacific Division. 15-10 final score. And folks, we are going to get set for our final game of this first segment. Western New York versus Southern Ontario. We got the Gowanda Outlaws on the road to take on the Toronto Titans. Northeast Division showdown. That's how we're going to bring this first segment to an end. So stay tuned. And we are back with our final game here on this first segment of our June 29th game day. Say it 5 times fast. No, we got the Gowanda Outlaws. They are looking for some duplicate results, but on the road as they take on the Toronto Titans. Now on May 24th, they got a 15-5 win home against Toronto. Looking for that series sweep, and of course they would love to get it because they came into this game day, they were tied with the New York Empire for first place in the league with 28 points. The only difference is how they got those 28 points. 8 wins, 2 losses, 2 ties, no overtime losses, and that was equal to New York being 9-2-0-1 because, you know, extra win and a tie is equal to 2 ties, 4 points. So that's how Gowanda got it. So they are actually losing in the tiebreaker because they have less wins, but they are trying to keep up here. But that being said, the Toronto Titans, they ain't too shabby this season. In their second season in professional play here in the Car Demolition League, 8 wins, 4 losses, and would you believe it, both of these teams are league operated, so they're kind of like up for adoption, right? So Toronto doing very well though, 4th place in the conference, but with Miami getting a win today, you know, what's that on my neck? I felt someone breathing. That's exactly what Toronto's doing right now, and psst, it's the Brawlers. Can Toronto stay ahead of them? We're about to find out. Let's get a look at these lineups. Reptile leads the way for the Gowanda Outlaws, followed by Hammer at the middleman spot. Black Spinebuster has the captain's position, and that 5-point gainer is Demon 4. To the home side of the field, we got Indy 5 Jr. leading the way for the Toronto Titans, followed by Wen at the middleman spot. To the captain's spot, that's Synchro, and a 5-point gainer is X-Wing. So a defensive look in front coming from the Titans, which you would expect on soft field, no doubt. But we got Reptile and Indy 5 Jr. leading us off. And that was a light sounding collision. Oh, what a move. Reptile able to stay alive in this fight. So he battles with Indy 5 Jr. and this time Reptile down. Indy 5 Jr. getting the flip. 5-0 the score. Titans in the lead. That now brings out Hammer. And we got a little issue with rolling here, don't we? Might need to put some water down or something. As a matter of fact, that's what we're going to do. The official calls for it. Of course, I don't know. I don't know that for sure. I don't know if the official really calls for it. In case you're wondering what the surface is actually, for the hard field, it's like wood underneath a sheet. And for this field, this is a gym mat with Flex Seal. strapped onto it. I kid you not, it is Flex Seal, folks. And we're even getting a little water on that side too. It's see water rolling off of it. You get the kind of product test here. And here we go. And there we go. Now we're rolling. And you gotta like that. It's better for the fans, better for the experience, better for the cars. Get good hits. And look at these two staying up here. Hammer and Indy 5 Junior battling. Look at that. Nice little karate kick maneuver. And this time, Indy 5 Junior with a good flip. 10-0 Toronto in the lead at home, looking for the shutout. 10-0 score. Black Spinebuster now out there for the Gowanda Outlaws, trying to even this thing up. Same model as Miami's car, so maybe that's is that the breath on the shoulder? Anyways, on the play goes Black Spinebuster, which is going to save Indy 5 Junior. Still a 10-0 game. And shutout complete. Donuts served for dinner. Do you want any, Donna? 15-0 the final score. The Toronto Titans avenged their loss from earlier in the season, from late May. They lost 15-5 on the road. They win 15-0 at home, and that means they will take the season series against the Gowanda Outlaws this year. Huge win as they go to 9-4 on the season. And for Gowanda, they will fall to 8-3, 2-0. Tough loss for Gowanda to take, but a massive one to boot. Especially after they defeated New York in the last game day. So they were really starting to close the gap on the Empire. And now they have this setback here. But that's the Car Demolition League for you. Close as ever. Anybody can beat anybody on any given game day. And today, Toronto got it done. And really, these two teams were pretty evenly matched. And they just, well, they kind of showed it throughout two games because both of them were pretty dominant for the side that won. But coming up next, we got segment 2. That's going to be on another YouTube video, basically. So be on the lookout for it. It'll say segment 2 of 3. It'll have today's date on it. It'll get uploaded soon enough. We got the San Antonio Defenders on the road against the Houston Oilers to lead it off. Following that, it's going to be the Tampa Bay Gators and the Atlanta Avengers. Nevada Thunder on the road against the Seattle Lumberjacks after that. And the headliner of that second segment, it's a matchup between two of the CDL's original 6, 20-year league veteran, longest active team owner, bringing one of his teams to the field. We're talking about the Phoenix Firebirds trying to defend the lead in the Pacific Division. They'll be hosting their old-time rivals, the San Diego Lightning. They've been in the league since the beginning in '97, so I really love seeing that stuff being marqueed at the headliner of the second segment, or even in the main event for that matter, but in this case, second segment. But it should be fun stuff to see, no doubt about it. It's coming up. I don't know, turn on the notifications, or just keep your eyes on the CDL's Facebook page. Either way you do it, we're on YouTube, we're on Facebook. Join the group, it's private. I'll let you join, and you know, it's pretty fun, I think. So, hey, I've had fun doing it for 25 years. I don't know how much that says about me, but hey, maybe it's a good thing, I don't know. It keeps me off the drugs, man. No, anyways, so, it's supposed to be family-friendly entertainment. So anyways, stay tuned, folks. We are coming up with second segment soon enough. We'll be back.